Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to F1 Fantasy Weekly, the place where the Formula One fantasy game is discussed weekly.
Oh, yeah.
It is, of course, the game where you get $100 million budget to pick 5 drivers, 1 constructor to compete against your friends and the world. And here we do reviews and previews of the Grand Prix, telling you, like in a preview such as today, we're going to be telling you our top picks of constructors and teams. Constructors, if you've been watching us regularly now, you know who it's going to be.
Or do you?
They know. And we'll also give you our turbo picks and who to avoid. And of course, we will round off, as always, with a Kimi Räikkönen moment of the week. And it's going to be a question.
Oh.
Interactive. I'm getting creative with my Kimi Räikkönen moments of the week now. I am going out there. Who knows? Right.
Excellent.
Okay, that's my spiel done.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So, top picks, constructor, pick Mercedes. Pick Mercedes.
Ferrari. They're great round Bahrain, and they were the best team out last week. Pick Ferrari.
Right. They're great at Bahrain when they have an engine that isn't what this engine is. If you're talking about me 2019 Ferrari, I'm all in, Stephen. I'm all in. You don't even have to sell it to me. I'm like, bang. If you got a free transfer, you don't want to change your drivers up, Ferrari. 2020, Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes.
Okay, that's that bit done. Top picks for the drivers. Well, Stephen, I'm going to hand this over to you because you're one of the people who've been going,
There's only one choice, and it's Mega Driver Lewis Hamilton. If you haven't Mega Drivers and you didn't realise this was the best opportunity to Mega Driver,
your time is now.
Although I'm sure most people who haven't Mega Drivered have planned to use their Mega Driver this week anyway.
Correct.
It's going to be the best one of the season so far.
Correct.
Oh, I thought you were going to disagree and try to bat it down.
I'm trying to hype up with you so that when you fall, it will be even more great to revel in. I don't know. I honestly see Lewis smashing it, so you're probably right. Pole, win, fast slap, make it a clean sweep.
Yeah. Yeah. All he has to do is win, and I think he's the best Mega driver.
Well, technically, Daniel Ricciardo.
The other 2 times...
no, he's double streak.
His other 2 Mega Drivers, he's never won.
Yeah, he's double striking.
So all he has to do is win.
He's double streak, isn't he?
Yeah. All he has to do is win.
Yeah.
Or get pole and fast slap. That's probably enough. But yes, Mega Driver Lewis. There's no question on Max or Bottas, because even if you don't have Mega Driver, Lewis has got double streaks. Get Lewis into your team if you can afford him.
Absolutely. Moving on to picks outside of that. Well, it's throw it all up in the air because I don't know. Carlos Sainz should be. He's also a man on the streak, isn't he?
Yes. I feel like I had streaks in my head, but they're all gone. Yes, Sainz is on a quali streak, I think. Or a race streak.
I think he's on a race streak.
A race streak, then. You sounded more confident there.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone. Let me check. You, Phil, and I'll see if there's anyone else on a streak.
Carlos Sainz, the Spanish driver who signed for McLaren at the start of the 2019 season. He raced well in 2019, and which led to a move for him signing for Ferrari, replacing Sebastian Vettel for the 2021 season. Currently in 2020, it has been a season of mixed fortunes for Carlos Sainz, but in recent weeks his form has improved, where McLaren's form as a whole has generally dipped off. Does this show the quality of the driver of Carlos Sainz? And how will he do this weekend at Bahrain when he is on...
I can't log in.
What?
Wait, no, keep filling. I can still log in.
Really? How
told
will
you.
teammate Lando Norris do this weekend for McLaren?
I'm so good that F1 Fantasy have banned me from their app.
Right, but they haven't, though.
Well,
Right.
they refuse to let me log in.
Look, here we go. Look, here we go. It's a race.
Oh, here we go.
It's a race.
The content you've been waiting for.
Oh my God, look at this race. Watch me. Watch him. It's a
I
race.
put in my password incorrectly.
F1 Fantasy.
I'm panicking.
Oh, we're in.
Oh,
okay,
slightly
managed.
behind.
Let's go.
Oh, it's catch-up time
Switching
now.
out Daniel Ricciardo. Carlos Sainz is on a race streak, everyone. He is on a race streak. Woo! Yes, that is the content you want to see ever.
I'm still...
Do people spend too much time on their phones? Find out in this week's F1 Fantasy. No, there you go. Carlos Sainz race streak. He's a must. Yep. I'd probably switch him out for Ricciardo.
To be fair...
and man in form, Checo Perez has got to be in there, surely.
Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen are both on race streaks as well. Quali streaks. Race streaks.
What, double?
No, they're just both on singular quali streaks. Yeah, quali streaks, because Bottas was out of the top 10, wasn't he? There we go.
No point then.
But you go Lewis Hamilton if you can get him.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Those are the only people on streaks. So you turbo signs if you can.
Yeah.
So that's streak.
Definite turbo signs.
It'll make up points.
And we are on a hot streak in terms of our turbo calls on the streak, guys, because Ricciardo got mega points. Perez got mega points last time out, coming P2.
Yep.
And Carlos Sainz is going to get mega points.
If you can afford him, get him in.
Absolutely. I don't really know the rest of the midfield because Gasly, AlphaTauri's form looked quick, but then they looked off it. Didn't look like he nailed the wet weather setup. Didn't really have much pace.
And apparently it could rain in Bahrain, but I don't think it's going to rain in Bahrain. Come on now. Yeah, Gasly called in embarrassment, didn't he? It's difficult to take anything from Istanbul, but AlphaTauri were looking very quick in dry conditions. So you got to back them again. You got to back Pierre again.
Yeah, I think he's a great one to have in the locker. Perez, like I said, I think he's a man in form. I would say those are your three main key ones to kind of get in. Gasly, Sainz and turbo him, and then Sergio Perez.
Yep.
The rest you can kind of fluctuate with.
Double racing point! Is it back?
I don't know. Lance looked good and he was unlucky
with
his damaged front wing. But wet conditions, he's strong in. Will he be good again in dry conditions? I don't know. Find out next week on the F1 Fantasy Weekly Review.
Preview as well.
Oh yeah, it's a review preview of the Sakir.
We got
GP.
a triple header, haven't we?
I think so. I think we're a triple header to round off the season.
Yeah.
Now, we really should know these things, but I don't know. It's just been relentless.
This season, yeah.
And next season's going to be as relentless, if not more relentless.
We have more races.
Yeah. We have 23 races scheduled, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. Strap in and get yourselves ready for the ride, guys. We might take a break over winter with F1 Fantasy Weekly. Otherwise, it's going to be bombardment left, right, and centre. But who knows? But yeah, it's difficult because, like we said in I think our last preview, it gets to that stage where it's a little bit predictable. But those are the main guys you want to look out for, and there isn't too much flex. Obviously, football fantasy, you have a little bit more debate.
I mean, there's a huge amount more players to pick from it.
Indie fantasy,
F1 fantasy, you have 20.
IndyCar fantasy, there's a lot more kind of room because there's money combinations and flexibility. And
you pick a new team every week.
Exactly. So
cool.
that's exciting.
But this is F1 Fantasy, and on to our Do not pick Alex Albon section.
Do not pick Alexander Albon section.
On to the next section.
Yeah. I know we usually say don't pick Ferrari. I really feel like do not pick Ferrari. This week might be okay, but the following week, definitely do not pick Ferrari.
It's probably don't pick them on either week, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like Bahrain, they might salvage something because they did look a little bit like the car was improving. But yeah, I mean, the oval course on an F1 circuit.
Yep. Nope.
No. Russell did well. Latifi did well, I think, those ones. Probably avoid Kevin Magnussen. Sorry, Casey. That one's coming in again.
Every time.
Magnussen and Giovinazzi are probably the only other ones that I go, they're too inconsistent that they might score you good points for their price, but they also might get you massive minus
terrible
points.
Yeah.
So that would be where I was sitting with those two.
Yeah. Just thinking back, maybe George Russell, maybe it's the time to go in on George. Because Williams are looking okay. George is coming up with some P11s, P12s, P13s, P14s. Decent point scoring. Maybe bring in Russell for the end of the season. Yes.
Yep. I've played my wild card this week, so I can bring in Sainz and Russell for this week, and then obviously switch Sainz out for Ricciardo afterwards. Well, depending on how well Renault look.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Bada bing, bada boom. That is the preview for the Bahrain GP this weekend. Looking forward to it, actually.
Yep.
Then we're going to have a good time. But yes, Kimi Moment of the Week. And it is a question because just reading before recording, cut, look at that, inspiration. Moment from there. Antonio Giovinazzi is quoted saying that he still believes Kimi Räikkönen is one of the best drivers still in F1. And I think if people follow me on social media and probably my vocal voice on it, I still think Kimi Räikkönen is easily in the top 10 drivers on the grid. So therefore, he isn't taking up a place of any young drivers because he's still very good. I don't care. Oh, but he's been very good for a while, so we should go. I still think he offers a lot to the sport. So my question is, and my Kimi Moment of the Week is Kimi Räikkönen, in your view, still one of the best drivers on the grid, or do you think he's past it and shouldn't have been re-signed by Alfa Romeo for 2021? That's the question.
Bam. Get ready to, I was going to say argue, but debate. That's better. That's a better word for it, isn't it?
Can't use that one. That's copyrighted by the F1 debate show, boys. Get ready to discuss.
To converse in the comment sections on a topical subject.
Discuss and converse.
In the world of F1.
Absolutely. And say whether you agree or disagree. No. I've done it again.
Whether you are happy or not happy with
comments made.
In the conversation you have conversed.
Yes.
In the section below.
Believe us. Do that. Do it now. Right now. Go. Go now. And we shall go now. Because that is the end of F1 Fantasy Weekly. A short episode for you this week because, well, the previews are kind of getting to that short stage, I think, at the end. Hopefully we have plenty to talk about next week in what, fingers crossed, will be an exciting Bahrain GP. Great track, Bahrain, actually. One of the really good ones on the F1 calendar, bar, obviously, the area being a bit. But we won't talk about that. We'll talk about the positives about the racing, and that is super. So yeah, see you later, guys. We are glad that you have enjoyed F1 Fantasy Weekly, because if you've been crazy enough to hang around this long into the episode, you must have enjoyed it. Maybe? Thumbs up? Potentially. Well, actually, Stephen, if they're new around here or haven't done so already, what should they do?
You can like, subscribe, and dig them out.
Okay, dig it. Whoa. You F1 fans, keep racing!